Today's October 31st, but you're probably getting this video on November 4th. The next day is going to be Election Tuesday. People are losing their mind. Everybody's going to say, oh, this person's going to win, that person's going to win. Today, I'm going to give you 25 reasons why I believe based on odds, Trump will win the election, barring a black swan event. Subscribe to the channel. So number one, newspapers. You ready? USA Today, not endorsing Kamala, they endorse Biden. LA Times, not endorsing Kamala, they endorse Biden. Washington Post, not endorsing Kamala, they endorsed Biden. And they've been for many, many years. They said no. It's so bad that WAPO, even though they knew they were going to take a hit, to have 2.5 million paid subscribers. When Bezos came out and said, we're not endorsing Kamala, not him, the writers, the editor-in-chief, people resigned, people quit. But on top of that, 200,000 paid subscribers said, nope, we're out. We're no longer with you, WAPO. And Bezos still doubled down and said, we're doing this. 200 papers who endorsed Biden in 2020 are not endorsing Kamala. That's not a good sign. Number two, you and I get judged for who we marry, who we befriend as a CEO, who we hire. And imagine if you're about to be a CEO of the biggest company in the world called the United States of America, you're going to get judged for who you choose as your VP. Kamala Harris chose a guy named Tim Walz. Nice guy. My God, he's weird. Trump chose a guy named J.D. Vance. None of us knew about this guy. I mean, we had heard of him, but we didn't know about him. It was a Vivek, Tulsi, or blah, blah. You choose J.D. Vance? Oh, I'm not with it. I don't know about this. You see him on TV. Ooh, he's good. You see him on the debate with Tim Walz. Oh my God, he is good. You see him on Jake Tapper. He destroyed. You see him on Dana Oma. You see him on Long Form Podcast, laughing funny. I like this guy. Trump did a better job choosing the VP than Kamala choosing Tim Walz. Not a good look.
Sometimes it's like, it's hard to take this. I have to take this with a grain of salt because, you know, as much as I love Patrick Bet-David, I know that he's right-leaning. He's Republican. But what I like to do is I like to look at media from both sides. And election is tomorrow, election day, the final day of election to vote. The final day to vote is tomorrow. And the fact that he has such a bold statement, 25 reasons Trump will win in 2024, is just very bold.
Point number three, celebrity endorsements used to matter. They're not working anymore. Taylor Swift, right after the debate, Kamala Harris, Trump. Oh my God, all her followership. This is it. The election is over with. 2 weeks later, it actually backfired. People turned against Kamala and wanted to go vote for Trump. And she lost a bunch of credibility. Beyonce, she's going to come out. It's going to be unbelievable in Houston. She's out there. Boom, it's insane. People showing up, lining up outside. She gets up there, talks for 2 to 3 minutes, leaves. Nobody is performing. People started walking out. They were not there for Kamala. They were there for a concert. I can give you a name. Bruce Springsteen, John Legend, Beyonce, Eminem, Arnold.
By the way, I talked about this in my other video. I don't understand, as a business person or a celebrity, why you would side with any politician. Your thing should be about getting money. You see what I'm saying? Now, if you're a media personality, someone who actually you share your opinions for a living, then I think you should be authentic on what you believe and whose side you're on or whatever the case is, right? But if you're a basketball player, music artist, you have fans that are both Republicans and Democrats. So by you siding with one, you could potentially be losing money because a sizable percentage of them might fall away because people take this politics stuff serious. A lot more serious than I do because I don't really take it that serious, but maybe I should. I'm trying to.
Jennifer Lawrence, Bad Bunny, Jennifer Lopez, Ricky Martin, Stephen Nicks, all these guys. Now go to the other side endorsement. You ready? Bobby Kennedy, the biggest Kennedy right now, goes on the other side, endorses Trump. What? This guy's a lifelong Democrat. Tulsi Gabbard goes from being a Democrat who took out Hillary, who went after everybody, and then she becomes an independent, and then she becomes a Republican. Go to all these other guys, and then think about a guy named Elon Musk, richest man in the world. Battery, Tesla, SpaceX, doing it for 20th of a cost what NASA does. Boeing, you got people left out there? Don't worry, we'll come and take care of you. Zelensky, you're the greatest beggar in the world. As much as we don't like you, here's Starlink. You're going to be okay. I'm going to give internet to your people. All of these things he's done. And he's coming out and saying, I'm behind Trump and I'm putting money behind it. One endorsement of Elon Musk may be more valuable than all of these celebrities combined.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes
very different type of endorsement. One is just an actress, entertainer, performer, athlete talking. The other one is involved, talking policies, issues, can get deeper on issues. Very tough for the opposition.
That makes sense. And at the same time, Elon Musk's influence is insane, bro. Extremely insane. I think more insane than any celebrity that's out there. Yeah, I remember Dogecoin. Anytime he says anything about anything, the stock market, bro, goes crazy. People spend their actual money based on an opinion that Elon Musk has. They'll spend their money. Like when Elon Musk says something and he says, all right, go this direction and this is what's going to be. Bro, people listen with their money, with their dollars. That's powerful, bro.
Trump got the right endorsement. She got all the celebrities. Will it work in 2024? I don't think so. Number 4, Kamala took the strategy of going to mainstream media to do all these interviews. No problem. Trump
Maybe Elon Musk
goes to Joe Rogan, gets 40 million views, 3-hour interview. More views than all of Kamala's interviews combined. She goes on Call Her Daddy, which a lot of people say, well, that's a top podcast, top 3. 800,000 views. She goes on Club Shay Shay. Shannon Sharp did the most viewed interview of all time, maybe on YouTube. 70+ million views with Cat Williams. No one's ever done that before with anybody on YouTube. No one has ever done that before. She only gets 889,000 views. She's boring. People are not interested in it. Trump went to podcasters. He came to us. He went to Schultz. He went to Theo Wan. They crushed it. He went to Bloomberg. He went everywhere. She did not go everywhere.
And the only thing that would have worked for her is if she would have just, she should have went to Joe Rogan's podcast. But everybody has speculations that if she doesn't have rights over the edits, then she won't agree to doing it. Donald Trump does all these unedited interviews. You can see all his flaws. You can see how funny he is. You see the guy for who he is. And we're humans. The problem that I think that I identify with Kamala, trying to figure out how to say her name, is that she is so polished. She says the same answers over and over again. She's so polished. Everything she says is so perfect. We're living in a day and age where people want to connect with the humans, with the human. People like Trump, based on these numbers that he's saying. I think people like Trump because they see his flaws and his qualities. I've always known Trump be exaggerating, bro. One thing about Trump going to exaggerate, he going to say some stuff that don't make no sense. He going to say some stuff that's not even factual, but he's entertaining. He's funny. You see him for being a human. Every human is like that. Every human exaggerates. Every human has flaws. Every human is not always right and things like that. Every human is not always perfect in their responses. We see him for a human. We see him people see him as a leader, but we also see he's a leader, but he's a human just like everybody else. And that's what makes people like him more. With Kamala, Joe Rogan said he don't know who she is because she's never sat down for an unedited interview. Well, maybe she has with Fox or something like that. I don't know, bro.
MSNBC, look at this. Do you realize this is upon the anniversary of 75 years? That's what they're doing, or whatever it was that they talked about the years. It's not working. The other side is talking policies. Mainstream media went into scaring the crap out of the voter, and the voters finally like, pump the brakes. Listen, stop, don't do that. It's unattractive. Number 6, which is kind of weird. Republicans are leading in early voting, which rarely happens. What? Republicans early voting? When's the last time Republicans led on early voting? Not often. Over 3.1 million people across North Carolina have casted ballot between absentee and early in person. As of Tuesday, registered Republicans have a slight turnout edge over registered Democrats. 33% with remaining 32% unaffiliated. How is it 34 to 33? Republicans over Democrats? You don't see that often. Something's going on. People want to help this man win. Number 7, normally when people want to know who's the boss, if I want to make a decision, there's 2 people sitting here. If after this meeting I call him, he's got more influence than he does. You know who tech CEOs are calling right now? They're not calling Kamala. Tim Cook is calling Trump for help. Musk is calling Trump. All these tech CEOs are calling Trump. Why are they calling Trump? Because maybe they are sitting behind scenes and saying, look, odds are Trump's going to win. And why am I going to call her? I'm going to call him because I'm going to have to do business with him in the next 30, 60, 90 days. Number 8, European stocks have dropped 7% since late September due to fear of what? Trump's tariffs. Watch this chart here. If you look at this chart, you got the gray, black, the orange, and the blue. Blue is S&P 500. It's doing fine since October of 2023. The red is Euro Stoxx 600 index. The black is the Goldman Sachs basket of European exposed stocks. Look how they're performing. Why? Because they're wondering, most likely, odds are Trump's going to get elected. Oh my God, this is not good. Sell off, sell off, sell off. Maybe Europe knows something many Americans don't.
Who really knows the true outcome of what's going to happen until the polls are counted? Electoral, who really honestly knows? One thing I do know is Kamala has the woman vote. She don't have all of them, but she has the majority of the women's vote. And women are not voting for her based on policy. They're voting for her because they want to see a woman in power because it's representation. It represents them. You know, they've probably never seen, no, I'm saying probably, This is going to be the first time they've ever seen a woman in the #1 leadership position over the whole entire country if she wins. And can I really blame them? I actually understand where they're coming from. Why? Because I low-key, high-key did that with President Barack Obama, even though he may have not probably been the best candidate to vote for. You know what I'm saying? Different reasons, not going to really get into that, but it's like, I was glad to see a black man have the #1 position in the world as a president. Then when he was up there, and I felt like he just, anyway, like I said, I'm not going to get into that. I just felt like he was, I don't know if he was a people pleaser, but he wasn't like really alpha. I feel like he's doing more he's being more combative and more like what I wanted to see him be as a president, which is direct, straight up, saying is that addressing certain things. He's like that, defending Kamala more than he was when he was a president. This is the first time I've ever seen this side of Barack Obama. I was trying to see that strong black male when he was the president. He just seemed like he was so passive with so many things. But now with Kamala, he's like fighting for her to become the president. He's like going strong, going hard. I wanted to see that when he was a president for 8 years. But this is interesting. Let's see who's really going to win. And whoever runs this country, whoever runs this country, I hope they just do a great job, because man, we sure need it.